PowerPoint. Chapter 16. Okay, so last time, what did we do? Anybody remembers? Anybody remembers what did we do last time? Yes, Ada. Ada?
The last thing we did?
Yes.
Sridhar.
I can't barely hear you, Ada.
Sridhar.
Yes, we did Sridhar, right? Okay. We did the pastime of Sridhar, Kolavicha Sridhar, right? Like, what did he used to sell? Bananas, right? And if people can turn their cameras on, right, that'll be very nice. So that I can see if you guys are following. Yes. Who's Yoga for the Soul?
This is me. My glasses would help you with something. Isha, mute. I am mute. Wait, what? So apparently I'm co-host.
Okay, yeah, because you're logged in as I don't know why.
Okay, I won't do anything.
So, what is happening? We did we heard the story of Gaura Sundar along how did he play the pastimes with Sridhar, who used to sell bananas, and Gaura Sundar used to haggle with him, bargain with him, and many times he used to get those banana leaves and banana cups and bananas and those banana stem for free, right? So this time he used to go around the city Navdeep and used to communicate with a lot of people. And remember, he used to teach kids, all the students also. Um, and so one time, what happened, like after joking with Sridhar, the banana seller, in one time, Lord Goranga returned to his home. So he sat down at the floor of his Vishnu temple, and all his students returned to their homes. So he was just at his home, and he sat down at the door of his Vishnu temple, right, the altar. And he saw the full moon one night, and he became so absorbed in the mood of Sri Vrindavan Chandra. He became absorbed like Krishna, right? And he was like thinking about Vrindavan and everything. And he started playing the flute, beautiful flute, music, and everything. It's like just like Krishna because he's Krishna himself, which only Mother Sachi could hear. Nobody else could hear. And when Mother Sachi heard that flute, and she was unconscious in ecstasy. She was like, what kind of flute is that? It's so magical. It's so pure. It's so enchanting. She just fell unconscious. That flute, that music of the flute could enchant all the three worlds. The upper world where the Swarga is there, Brahmalo, Brahmaji, and everybody is there. The middle world, middle layer where we human beings live, and then the lower world where the Nagas, the snakes, the big snakes, and the demons live. So that flute can enchant all the three worlds. So after a while, she regained her consciousness and she steadied her mind and she continued to listen to the wonderful sound of the flute. And she then noticed, where is this flute music coming from? Right? She heard that it is coming from the sound from the place where Nimai was sitting. And she came out to see Nimai and she saw that Nimai was sitting at the door of the Vishnu temple. Now she could not hear anything, no flute. As she came near Nimai, because Nimai is now is mystical, right? She could now see Sachimata could no longer hear the sound of the flute, but she saw the sign of full moon on the chest of her son. And she was seeing this moon on the chest of her son, and she was wondering, like, what is happening? She began looking around, like, what's happening? And then she went back inside her house, inside her room, like, why is she having such a vision? Is she dreaming? What is the significance of this? Right? Is she dreaming? If people can turn their cameras on, that would be nice. And this way, she was hearing and seeing so many things she could not explain. She did not know what is going on. Just like Mother Yashoda, you remember the pastime when Balaramji came and to Mother Yashoda and said, Maya, Maya, Lala, Krishna has eaten dirt. Krishna has eaten dirt. And the friends of Krishna also come and ask Krishna, tell Mother Yashoda, Lala has eaten dirt. Go, it's in his mouth. Take it out. And Yashoda Maya was angry and she went to Kana and was like, why are you eating dirt? And he says, no, I did not eat dirt. And Yashoda Maya is saying, is your brother telling a lie? Is Balaram telling a lie? And Krishna is like, I don't know. Sometimes he's also jealous of me. I don't eat dirt. Show me your mouth, show me your mouth. And what does she see? What does she see in the mouth? Does anybody know? What does she see in the mouth? What does Yashoda Maya see in the mouth? Yes, Adam.
Like all the universes?
Yes, very nice. Yes, Meera, what does Yashoda Maya see in the mouth of Krishna?
She said the universe, and it's the correct picture for slide.
No, it is not the correct picture. The correct picture probably is. Oh, I'm so far away. Uh, we are going to go to this chapter. But I'm telling a story which is not there. Uh, so what Mother Yashoda saw was the whole universe. She saw all the planetary systems. She also saw the planet Earth. She saw Vrindavan. She saw Mother Yashoda also, herself in the mouth. And she saw Krishna also. And she saw Krishna eating dirt. Krishna within Krishna. So she was thinking, what kind of, I'm hallucinating. What is Vishnu showing me? Similarly, Mother Sachi was also seeing all these things. She was hearing the sound of the flute. She was seeing the sign of moon on the chest of Nimai. Are you guys understanding? There is a parallel. It's very similar to Krishna Lila. And one night, Sachimata heard hundreds of people singing and playing musical instruments. They're doing kirtan. And she thought that the sound of dancing and the various wind instruments, she thought a grand Ras Leela festival is going on. What is the Ras Leela festival? What is the Ras Leela festival? What is Ras Leela? Does anybody know? Hari, what is Ras Leela? Hari?
Isn't Raslila with like Krishna and all the gopis and everyone?
Yes. So Krishna, in the middle of the night, he used to dance with all the gopis, hundreds of gopis. And it's not like he's dancing with one gopi. He's dancing with all the gopis simultaneously. He would incarnate, he would expand himself into so many Krishnas. So Meera says, okay, Krishna is only dancing with Gauri. Why is he not dancing with Meera? Krishna will expand and dance with Meera also. So that's what she was like, what is going on? It's like looks like a grand Ras Leela festival. She could see a brilliant spiritual effulgence permeating her house, like her whole house is shining. And the other day she saw that many divine women, they held lotus flowers in their hands and resembled. Who would they resemble? Can you guess? They're beautiful women in sari, and they're holding a pink lotus flower in their hands. Who was she? Who were they, these women? Any guesses? Which goddess has a, yes, Hari?
Never,
I can't hear you.
never mind.
I can't understand. Yes, Adav?
Mother Lakshmi.
Mother, who did you say?
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi, yes. They resemble the goddess of fortune. And then one time she saw effulgent demigods, the Devi Devtas, Brahmaji, Shivaji, and all the demigods. But she was like, okay, what am I seeing? Am I dreaming? But then she again looked and everybody was gone. And it's not astonishing that Sachi Mata had such visions, because the Vedas describe her that she is the personification of the devotional service to Lord Vishnu. She's, of course, the mother of Nimai. So she is seeing all these things. And if Mother Sachi glances at any devotee, then that devotee can also see those opulences. Do we want to see Krishna? Then we have to hear about Mother Sachi. Do we want to see the Mother Lakshmi? Do we want to see the demigods? Do we want to see all this wonderful Krishna doing Ras Leela, Krishna playing a flute? Then we have to hear these pastimes of Mother Sachi. In this way, Gaurasundar, who is non-different from Krishna, he lived at Navadvip and he was relishing in his own ecstasy, right? And this thing was like, at the same time, he was still Nimai Pandit. He was a little arrogant, right? He was proud that he knows Sanskrit. And some of you are going to take Sanskrit classes, yes? Right? I know Meera is going to do, Raghav is going to do Sanskrit classes. Narasimhadev, are you also going to do Sanskrit classes? Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice. That teacher is wonderful. Uh, so, so one day Nimai was walking along with 5 or 7 students down the main road, right? Nimai was dressed like a king. And he had a yellow dhoti and the uttariya that covered his body. He exactly looked like Krishna. Exactly. And he was doing his betel nut. Everybody knows what is betel nut? What is betel nut? What is betel nut? What is betel nut? In India, yes, Ashita Shastra.
It is like, a substance they use in pan.
Mm. Yes. He is chewing that pan, and his face resembles millions of cupids. Cupids are the god of love, right? And people who saw, like, he looks so beautiful, looks so handsome. Is he Cupid? Is he Cupid? His forehead was decorated with tilak, and in his hand he carried some books, right? And a glance from his lotus eyes, if he sees Meera, if he sees Ashita Shastra, if he sees Hari Govinda, if he sees Gauri, if he sees Narsimha Dev, if he sees me, the people whose cameras are turned on, our sins will go away completely. If you want the sins to go away completely, let him look at us. Turn your cameras on. Raghav, can you turn your camera on? Adhav, Govind, Shlok, Aniket, Nimai, I think it's turned his camera on, but it's just black, right? So, and as he was walking, this handsome Nimai was walking, his arms swung back and forth. At that time, another person was coming. Srivas Pandit was coming from the opposite direction. And upon seeing Nimai, he began to laugh loudly. And Nimai was younger than Srinivas Pandit. And who is Srinivas? Who is Srinivas? Who is Srinivas? Yes, Adav. In Krishna Lila, who is he? His name starts with N. He plays the veena.
Oh, Lord Narayana.
No. Lord Narayan plays the veena?
I don't know
Gauri.
what Vina is.
Gauri.
Narad
Narad Muni. So Srivas. So Nimai offered obeisance to Srivas, and Srivas was blessed, saying, live a long life. So Srivas was asking him, like, oh, best of the arrogant, you're so arrogant. Where are you going? Why do you uselessly waste your time by not worshiping Krishna? Why don't you worship Krishna? Why don't you chant? Why don't you chant like this? Some of the kids chant here. Some of the kids are chanting 2 rounds, 3 rounds. Why don't you chant? Why do you spend day and night simply teaching mundane knowledge? You're simply teaching just academic knowledge. Why do people study? Education is only for understanding devotional service to Krishna. When we get educated, when our mind gets enlightened, when we know that bhakti is the only way to reach Krishna. Therefore, don't waste your time just any longer. You've studied enough. You've been studying for so long. Now you should worship Krishna. So after Srivas Pandit said this, Nimai smiled and said, "Okay, listen, Pandit. That will certainly be my duty if you give your mercy to me. If you give your mercy to me, then I will do that." After speaking that way, Mahaprabhu smiled and he departed for the bank of the Ganga, where he met his students. Right? Sachish Nandan then sat on the bank of the Gangas, where his students were surrounding him. Right? And it was so beautiful scene that the author is saying, Vrindavan Thakur, that even if he had millions of mouths, he could not describe it. It was such a beautiful that the handsome Nimai Pandit is sitting there with his students, and it has no comparison in three worlds. That even the moon has spots. Have you seen the moon? Moon has spots. Moon has spot, but Nimai had no spot, right? And Nimai cannot be even compared to Brihaspati, because Brihaspati is partial to the demigods. And our Nimai was not partial to anybody. He was more knowledgeable, right? Uh, and he cannot be even compared to Cupid, because if the Cupid touches our heart gets agitated. Oh, I like that girl, I like that boy. But when Nimai used to appear in your heart, everything is destroyed. You don't want to play video games anymore. You don't want to eat chocolates anymore. You just want to worship Krishna, right? Your heart becomes pure and happy. So these comparisons cannot be like he cannot be compared to Cupid because he's the source of everything, right? Um, so this is how he enjoyed his pastimes on the bank of Ganga, and people were astonished to see him. Somebody thought this guy, this Brahman looks so beautiful. He's probably Lord Vishnu. He's a portion of Lord Vishnu. And that astrologer told that he will become the king of Gauda Desh, meaning the West Bengal. I think he'll become a king. Meanwhile, the Lord was pointing out faults in the other teachers, saying, "You are saying wrong Sanskrit, you are saying wrong Sanskrit, you're teaching wrong Sanskrit." So this is how he was displaying his pride, right? Every day, 10 or 20 Brahman boys came to offer their obeisances to him. And they would say, "Oh, Pandit, Nimai Pandit, we want to wish to study with you. Please become our teacher." And the Lord used to say, "Good, good, good." So his number of students used to increase day by day, day by day. And these people were so fortunate. These people were so fortunate that they could hear from Nimai. They could study under Nimai, right? Um, so this is how he was staying in Navdeep. Now we go to the next chapter, which is a beautiful chapter. You might have heard about this story. Who has heard about Digvijay? Who has heard about Digvijay? Narsimadev? Please stay. Your hand should be away from the laptop. Who has heard about this story? Who has heard about this story? Raghav, have you heard about this story?
I was in the restroom. Sorry.
Sorry?
I was in the restroom. I wasn't.
Oh. Have you heard about the story between Nimai Pandit and Digvijay?
The what? Wait,
No?
no.
Okay, so this is a wonderful story. So pay attention. This will be in your booklet. Okay, we forgot. We might not get to look at today, but listen carefully because next week will be look at, right? So now you heard that he was a scholar, Nimai Pandit was a scholar, and people used to Navdeep, the area where he was living, the city where he was living, was full of millions of learned scholars, and they had mastered various scriptures, right? They had mastered various scriptures. So there were people who were called Bhattacharyas, Chakravartis, Mishras, and Acharyas. They were titles given to them, and they become. Narsimadev, can you sit back and not sit back? So these are the titles who had learned Vedas. Like if somebody knows three Vedas, they're called Trivedi. Three in Sanskrit means three. A person who knows two Vedas, they call Dvivedi, meaning person knows two Vedas, right? And a person knows four Vedas is called Chaturvedi. Are you getting understanding that? Chatur means four. And these scholars were all independent and very learned, and like they used to debate, like who is more smarter. Do you guys do that in school? Anybody goes? Who? Anybody does debating in school? Raghav, what do you like? Do you like debating?
Yeah, sometimes I like to do it.
And do you defeat the other person?
Sometimes yeah, sometimes I also lose.
Sometimes you also lose, right? So they used to debate and saying who is smarter, who is more knowledgeable in the scriptures, and these scholars were so proud that sometimes they even disregarded like Lord Brahma, that Brahma doesn't know anything. But Nimai did not like that. He scolded them like, how can you compare yourself to Brahma? Brahmaji is creating the whole universe. But nobody was able to challenge Nimai Pandit. Nobody. When they saw him, they were so frightened that they would run away. And if the Lord is speaking, if Nimai Pandit is speaking, anybody who's listening will become his follower. They used to worship him. Everybody knew that Nimai Pandit is the most intelligent from his very childhood, right? And they knew that he could not be defeated in any argument, right? But nobody recognized him. Nobody knew that he is Krishna himself because he's not worshipping Krishna. He's not worshipping. He is just so arrogant. How can Krishna be arrogant, right? Uh, unless the Lord reveals himself, nobody was able to understand. So, in the meantime, a proud champion of learning, he arrived in Navdweep. He was a proud person, right? So he had the benediction from Mother Saraswati. Who is Saraswati? Who is Saraswati? So I know Adhav has been answering. Let's see somebody else who can answer. Okay, Ashita Sashta, you guys have answered. Raghav has answered. Somebody else. Let's see. Ishan, are you listening? Who is Mother Saraswati?
Goddess of like knowledge.
Goddess of knowledge. So goddess of knowledge. So this person we are talking about, Digvijay, he was blessed by Mother Saraswati that he will always be a winner in his arguments. When he's debating the scriptures, he'll be a winner, right? And he used to worship Mother Saraswati, right? Um, and she blessed him, Mother Saraswati, that he will be able to conquer all three worlds, right? This Brahmana used to travel from one place to another place, from one province to another province, and he used to defeat all the local scholars, right? All the scriptures were at the tip of his tongue. Who knows the 50 most important shlokas from Bhagavad Gita? We are doing the 50 most important shlokas, yes? He could recite all 700 shlokas just like that, right? And there was nobody in the world who could answer his challenge. Then he came to know that this place, Navdeep, is full of scholars. So he came here. Um, so he came to Navdeep with his opulent entourage, right? Entourage meaning people along with him, things along with him. So that entourage included horses and elephants. And these horses and elephants were making a lot of noise, right? And every house was like, okay, who has come with horses and elephants into our town? And people came to know a champion scholar has come to Navdeep with a certificate of victory from scholars all over the world. And when they came to know that this guy, Digvijay, has been favored by Saraswati, they began to worry. They thought, okay, of all the places in the whole world, our place, Navdeep, is the most scholarly place. And if this person, Digvijay, is winning here, then the scholars will not like our place, that this place scholars are not able to defeat Digvijay. But they were thinking, how can somebody defeat if this person has the blessings of Mother Saraswati? The goddess of knowledge has already benedicted him, has already given him the boon that he will conquer everybody in the three worlds. Mother Saraswati is residing on his tongue. So how can a human being defeat him? Right? When do you say that Mother Saraswati resides on somebody's tongue? What does that mean? What does that mean? That Mother Saraswati is residing on somebody's tongue? Okay, I don't see any hands. Okay, Isha.
that they're like speaking scholarly and they're speaking like Saraswati is like telling them what to say. I don't know.
Yeah, that person is so knowledgeable. Whatever he's saying is so profound, so knowledgeable. People will be amazed that the person has the blessings of Mother Saraswati. So they're going to say the right thing. So students who were there, they came to know that this big Vijay is there, and they went directly to Gauranga and Nimai Pandit, right? And they told him, a Digvijay has come who is blessed by Saraswati, and this Digvijay has conquered scholars throughout the world, right? He has come here to Navdeep along with elephants and the horses, palanquins, and many followers. And he's seeking an opponent, he's seeking a challenger. He's asking whether Raghav can debate with me. But Raghav is not showing his face. He's turned his camera off. He's debating whether Gauri can debate with him. He's asking, who is the person, Ashuta Shashra? Can they debate with me? Can Adhav debate with me? Can Narsimadev debate with me? Narsimadev, are you in the class? So hearing the words of his student, the jewel like Gauranga, Nimai smiled. And he began to describe the nature of the Supreme Lord. He said, listen, students. Listen, dear brothers. The Supreme Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord, never tolerates false pride. He's not going to tolerate false pride, Krishna. Whenever somebody is proud of their personal quality, Krishna will remove the cause of that pride. Krishna will remove the cause of that pride. Who is proud in this class? Is anybody proud? Do you think being proud is good? Who thinks being proud is good? Do you feel pride or proud anytime? Do you guys feel that? Sometimes? Anytime? Okay, you guys are not proud. You guys are very humble. So then he continues. Nimai Pandit says, right, that a person, if he's knowledgeable, he's wise, just like a tree, when it has too many fruits on it, the tree comes down because of the weight. Similarly, a person who is very knowledgeable will bow down. He'll be humble. What is the meaning of being humble? What is humility? What is being humble means? What is the meaning of being humble? He's such a humble person. Narsimhadev, what is that? He's a humble person. What does that mean?
Like humble means like how you describe like humble means like you're very like you never get proud, like you're always like I know what humble means, but at the same time I don't kind of. But like I get like humble means like you never get proud. That's how I interpret it.
Okay, that's good. Yes, Raghav.
I think humble means like when like you're not being like Vishwamitra, he had like short temper and he was like even though he was really what?
Who had short temper?
Vishwamitra. Even though he was like a big sage, he was still like at some points not really good. Like the story of Harish Chandra, he should not have done all those things.
Okay, yes, Ishan.
Mira, stop. Humble, right? Ow, stop. Humble?
Yes, humble.
Okay, so like humble is like I'm lesser than a blade of grass. Mira, stop. Mira. Okay. Yeah, lesser than a blade of grass. I'm like lower than you.
Yes. Humble means you consider you understand whatever qualities you have is coming from Krishna. So what are you proud of? Everything is coming from Krishna. There's no thing that, okay, I am this and I am that. We think I am the servant of Krishna. Always in the servant position, right? Not in the master position. So Nimai Pandit, who was also proud, now is changing his strategy. He's changing because he's going to go into Krishna Bhakti. So he's saying that the students, my dear brothers, my dear friends, you might have heard of the greatest scholars, like he names some scholars, Ayaya, Nahusha, Vena. Remember the name Vena from our Srimad Bhagavatam? Panaka, Ravana, Naraka, Narkasur. Don't you remember that these people, Vena and Ravan, these people were proud. Ravan used to think, I am the most powerful person in the whole three worlds. Was he not smashed by Lord Ram? The monkeys built the bridge and went to Lanka, and they had a fight. And who won? The monkeys. The Lord Ram's and Sugriev's army won the war. So the Supreme Lord never tolerates false ego. He will not tolerate this false pride. You will see that this Digvijay's false pride will be vanquished here in Navdeep. So after saying this, Nimai smiled. He took his students to the bank of Ganga in the evening, right? After sprinkling some Ganga water on their head and offering obeisances. And Lord Gauranga, Nimai sat on the bank of the Ganga with the students. And he was teaching his students about Varnashrama, Dharma, and some scriptures. And the Lord was thinking, how shall I defeat this Digvijay? He was thinking like that while he was teaching. Because this guy thinks that there's nobody in the world who can oppose him. If I were to defeat this person, Digvijay, in an assembly in a lot of people, it will be like an death for him. He will be embarrassed. And everybody would make fun of him. They would plunder his belongings and he would die in lamentation. Is it a good thing to embarrass somebody in public? Is it a good thing to embarrass somebody in public, Narasimhadev? Narasimhadev?
Well, can
What
you
do you
repeat
think?
it?
See, you are not paying attention. That's
I
why you ask
am.
the question. Is it good to embarrass somebody in a public place?
No.
Who was thinking this statement? Okay, pay attention. Okay. What do you guys think? If you have a fight with somebody, is it good to embarrass somebody in a public place? What do you guys think? Suppose you had a fight with your friend and you want to get back, or you want to tell him something that he has done wrong. Will you talk to them in private or in a public place and tell them that what they're doing is wrong? What is the right thing to do? Okay, Ada, what is the right thing to do?
Private?
Yes. So think this is a lesson for us. If we don't like what somebody is doing, and don't tell in front of everybody, go talk to that person and talk to them in private that I don't like this and these are the reasons why. Right? So Nima is thinking, okay, if I have a challenge with him and I will defeat him, then he will die of shame. This guy has so much pride. So therefore, I will defeat him in a private place so that his pride will be destroyed, but he won't be hurt. So when he was thinking like that, night fell, and our champion, Digvijay, arrived at that spot. It was a clear full moon night, and the Ganga looked most enchanting. Ganga water was so enchanting. It was like sparkling clean. full moon night, and it was sparkling. And as the Lord stood, was sitting with his students, his attractive form was unmatched throughout innumerable universes. His smile, a smile decorated his moon-like face, right? And his beautiful eyes showered merciful glances, right? His teeth were luscious, like they were also sparkling, like it's like a string of pearls. Have you guys seen a string of pearls? They glistens, right? They shine. His teeth were shining like that, and his lips were reddish. You see in the picture, his lips were reddish, and they resemble the color of the rising sun. When you see in the morning the sun rising, has anybody seen the sun rising in the morning? Narsimadev has seen. Has anybody else seen? Narsimadev, you have seen. Raghav has seen. So that like that, Sridhar Sahasra has seen. That rising sun has that reddish hue. His lips were like that. All his limbs were delicate, and he was full of compassion. Right? His head was adorned with curly black hair. Anybody has curly black hair here in our class? Narsimadev has curly black hair. No. So he had beautiful curly black hair, and his dress was divine. His neck resembled that of a lion. Have you seen the lion's neck? It's so majestic. His neck resembled that of a lion. His shoulders were like that of an elephant. Elephant is very broad shoulders. His body was very large, and his chest had the Brahman thread. You guys know the Brahman thread, the Janevu? So it looked like that Lord Ananta, Nagashesh, was there in the form of a Brahman thread. He had a beautiful tilak on his forehead, and his arms reached to his knees. His arms were so long. Anybody has arms which are reaching to their knees? Yes, Raghav? Not sitting. You stand up and show. Does it reach your knees? Wow, your arms are long. That's a good sign. Lord Ram has arms reaching to their knees. Lord Krishna had the same thing, and our Nimai also have the same thing, right? And Lord was wearing his cloth like a sannyasi, and he sat with his right foot on his left thigh. He was sitting. And so this our champion came, and he came to, and he was thinking, is this Nimai Pandit? And he was also looking at the Lord's beautiful form, right? Then he asked a student, what is this guy's name who is sitting there so beautifully? And the student replied, he's this famous Nimai Pandit. Does this happen in your class when you're famous? Some other kids from other class come and say, who is this brilliant student in the class? And they say, oh, this is Narsimadev. Does this happen to anybody? Right? So this is what is happening to Nimai. The students are saying, this is our famous Nimai Pandit. And so then this Digvijay offered obeisance to the Ganga. He offered obeisances and he entered the Lord's assembly, right? The Lord said, okay, come. Nimai said, come sit here, Digvijay. Digvijay was very proud, but as soon as he saw the Lord, he was frightened. Somehow, from his heart, he became frightened, right? And so they exchanged some pleasantries. How are you? Who are you? And then the Lord asked him, Digvijay, there is no limit to your poet. I heard that you're a wonderful, wonderful poet. There is nothing you can not able to describe. Please, see, we are sitting on the bank of the Ganga. Please recite some of the verses for the glories of the Ganga, because Ganga is such a purifying river. And when you sing glories of the river, Ganga, all our sins will be destroyed. And Digvijay heard that, and he immediately composed a poem in Sanskrit. Who is the writer here? Who is the poet here in our group? Has anybody written poems? Has anybody written poetry? in our class. Raghav, have you written poetry? Raghav, yes, you have. Ishan, have you written poetry? Ishan, can you unmute yourself and say?
Yeah, sorry.
How long does it take you to write poetry?
Depends on the poetry type.
Like generally,
I'd say like around like 30 minutes per like I don't know, per like 3 stanzas, I'd say like 30 minutes. So like each stanza takes 10 minutes.
see. Okay. So this Big Vijay, he recited instantly. He did not take 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Instantly in Sanskrit. He instantly started reciting he composed a new poem, right? And his recitation was like a the deep rumbling of clouds. Have you heard the rumbling of the clouds? Have you heard that? His poetry was like that. It was so beautiful, right? Because Mother Saraswati is residing on the tongue of Digvijay, right? And it was so beautiful. And nobody, all the students there, they could not understand. And but they were mesmerized, and they were like beautiful poetry. But nobody could understand. The Lord students became speechless. They were wondering, how wonderful, wonderful. Can any ordinary human being speak like this? This guy is brilliant. And everybody was praising him. Everybody was praising him. Even the scholars who were greatest scholars, who knew all the Shastras, all the scriptures, they could not understand his poetry. And this guy kept repeating this. No, not repeating. He created a big poetry and he kept reciting it for 3 hours straight. How much time? How much time did he say? 3 hours straight without coming to an end. Can you compose that poetry instantly and just keep reciting it for 3 hours? He did that. When he finally finished his recitation, Gaurachandra smiled and spoke. See, so Nimai says, unless your poetry is so high that unless you explain, nobody can understand. It's like Greek and Latin. Do you understand what is Greek and Latin? Who understand what is Greek and Latin? There is a phrase in English. It's Greek and Latin to me. What does that mean? Like Gauri said something, but it is Greek and Latin to me. What does that mean? What does that mean? Who can tell me? Narasimhadev, what does Greek and Latin mean?
What does Greek and Latin mean?
Yeah. What is the phrase? He's speaking. What he's speaking is it is Greek and Latin to me.
Like foreign, like native, like he doesn't know.
Yeah, that I cannot understand because I know English, but the language that poetry is spoken it's Greek and Latin to me. I don't understand anything. We will pause here because this story is very interesting, and we are at 9:54, and we will see if somebody has any takeaways from this class. But next week, join because this story is going to get more interesting and interesting. Any takeaways? Like, what did you learn from this class today? Yes, Meera.
Be humble.
Yes. Be humble. Okay. What else? Yes, Raghav.
Don't be proud.
Don't be proud. Okay. Yes. Anything which touched your heart? Anything which you liked? Yes, Gauri.
If you want to find faults in a person, talk to them privately, not in public.
Yeah. Talk to them in private, right? If you're not happy with somebody, talk to them in private, right? Who has that experience that that if they talk to them and their friend in private, they were able to talk, like repair their friendship? Has anybody has any experience that areas, Raghav?
I have.
You have? Okay, let's we'll do quickly a shloka. Just trying to find. Which shloka we were doing the last time?
I think last week we did 18.66. So I think we
Okay, let's just see. We did 18 Saradhan Paritaja, right? So that was the last one, right? Which is the one you have the paper, right? Which one is the next one, Gauri?
Yeah, this is the last one, 18.78. Yet to reach.
Okay, let's do this. Is your mom there? We already did this, right? Your mom already made you guys did this, right? Let
Yes,
me.
but not many kids are there. So.
Okay. Is your mom there? Otherwise, we can do it.
She's not here, but
Okay, that's fine. Let's because we have less time. Okay, let's who you know the verse, Gauri? You want to recite?
yes, sir. Okay. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama.
Very nice. Do you want to say this?
The translation.
Translation.
Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also be there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. This is Sanjay.
Thank you. So what is Sanjay saying, right? This is the end of Bhagavad Gita, towards the very end, right? He's saying that if there is Krishna, who is the master of mystics, Krishna can do anything. He's the master of mystics, Yogeshwar. He can show his universal form. He can make him very small. He can do anything. Wherever there is Krishna and wherever there is Arjun, who is like a great archer, if the combination of Krishna and Arjun, there will be opulence. That person will have everything. There will be victory. There will be extraordinary power and morality. They will be a moral person. They will lead a good life, not do bad things. And he says, Sanjay says, that is my opinion. So we cannot be Krishna, but we can be like Arjun. We can worship Krishna. So if we surrender to Krishna, if we become his devotee, so Krishna and his devotee are there, like Krishna and Arjuna are there, then we will also have opulence. We will also be victorious. We will also have extraordinary power and morality. We'll always be good. Who wants to be on the side of Krishna? Who wants to be on the side of Krishna? Gauri, only Adav and Narsimadev? What about the rest? Hari Govinda, Ashrita Shashra. Everybody, Aniket, if you want to do well in your studies, then you have to worship Krishna. You have to be recite. Okay, who wants to recite this shloka now? Who wants to recite? Yes, Meera. You raise your hand.
Yeah.
Yatra Yogesh.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Meera, your turn.
Tatra Shrir. Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir. Dhruva
Tatra
Nitir Shrir.
Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama.
Very nice.
Meera.
Meera. Then Ashrita Shastra, then
Wait
Adav.
1 second. Meera.
Okay, Meera, you can repeat after me. Yatra Yogeshwaraha Krishna. Meera. Yogeshwaraha
Yogeshwara
Krishna.
Krishna
Yatra
Yatra
Partho
Partho
Dhanurdharaha
Tanurtanaha
Dharaha
Taraha.
Tatra
What?
Tatra
Tatra
Shrir
Shrir
Vijayo
Vijayo
Bhutir
Bhutir
Dhruva
Dhruva
Nitir
Nitir
Matir.
Mater Mama.
Very good. Ashita Shastra.
यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो बुद्धिर्ध्रुवनीतिर्मतिर्मम.
Very nice. Other sister.
यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवनीतिर्मतिर्मम.
Very nice. Narsimha.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir,
Shrir.
Dhruvanit, Tatra Sri
Shrir.
Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruvanitir Matir Mama.
Very nice. Hari Govinda. I can't hear you, beta. You're on mute.
यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवनीतिर्मतिर्मम.
Very nice. Very nice. Adhav.
यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवनीतिर्मतिर्मम.
Thank you, Adhav. You need to fix the volume of your laptop, beta. It's very low. Raghav.
Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Yatra
Krishno.
Partha
Krishno.
Krishna,
Yatra Yogeshwaraha Krishno.
Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhar,
Dharaha.
Tatra Shrir
Shrir.
Shrir Vijaya Bhutri
Bhutir.
Bhutir Dharvanitar Matir Mama
Dhruva. Dhruva. Nitir.
Nitir
Matir Mama.
Matir Mama.
Very nice. Govind, you want to do? Govind, you're on mute.
यत्र
Yogeshwaraha.
योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः
Partho Dhanurdharaha. Yes, then go ahead.
तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवनीतिर्मतिर्मम.
Very nice. Nimai.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Buddhir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, who has not spoken? Aniket.
यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवनीतिर्मतिर्मम.
Very nice. Shlok. Shlok is on mute. Okay, so next week, please join. So we will finish the story of Digvijay, right? Yes, Adav, you have a question?
After class, can we talk?
Yeah. Okay, so let me stop live stream.